Welcome to the Oh Brother Podcast. I'm your host, Dan Smith. Alongside me, as always, my brother from the same mother, Mike Smith.
How's it going, Dan? Another week?
Good, man. It is August 13th. When you hear this episode, we are back to do a review of the latest Walt Disney Pictures feature, Jungle Cruise.
Premier access. Yes.
Yes, baby.
Yes.
We're back. All right. So, Jungle Curse or Jungle Cruise? Now,
Jungle- I made a mistake. It's Jungle Snooze.
Jungle Snooze. Jungle Snooze. Okay, so that's how this is gonna go.
Jumping right in, baby.
So this came out July 30th, 2021. So it's a recent release, and it stars, of course, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. I think it's like Emily Blunt month on Oh Brother, because we just did A Quiet
we just
Place
did
1 and 2.
Yeah.
That's right. Jack Whitehall, Paul Giamatti has a fairly small role in the film. And then, of course, our buddy,
Jesse
Plemons from Breaking Bad fame, and of course, Fargo and lots of other things. But this is directed by, how do we say the name? Jaume Colette Serra. Okay, you didn't care that much. But interestingly, he is also directing Black Adam, or directed Black Adam, which also stars The Rock, which is another, probably a DC bomb. I hate to make an early prediction, but so now, okay, I live in Florida. You can see I'm sporting my Walt Disney golf hat, which this was signed by Mickey Mouse, hand signed.
Oh,
by the mouse
I was wondering
himself.
who that was.
Yeah, not Bob Chapek. That's the mouse himself right there.
Right.
The only boss I answer to, folks. So
how often, because you're a pass holder at Disney.
Yes.
How often do you go on Jungle Cruise?
Well, not that often, because I don't go to Magic Kingdom that often, to be honest with you. I tend to go to the other parks more frequently.
But if you do go to Magic Kingdom, it something you go to see? Is it a must see?
Yeah. I think the last few times I've been out there was like down for maintenance, so they were doing some enhancements to it at one point too. So, but yeah, it's one that it's a little off the beaten path, and so.
Yeah, because you got to go down a stairway.
Right.
It's kind of hidden.
Exactly.
You can walk past it.
It's right across from the tiki room.
Yeah.
But it was some good Dole Whip over there, by the way. Little advertisement for Dole Whip.
In fact, skip Jungle Cruise
and just go to the Dole Whip. That's right. So speaking of not good, let's get back to the film. Now, so the Jungle Cruise, again, this is loosely based on that attraction. First of all, this film, I don't think it knows what it wants to be. It's Pirates of the Caribbean. It's Game of Thrones.
That's
it's all over the place.
Exactly my take.
It was so convoluted.
Yeah,
it got ridiculous, and it was 30 minutes. Again, too long.
I'd say an hour too long.
Right, probably an hour too long. But it was certainly 30 minutes too long for sure. And the humor. Well, all right. We don't need to set this up. First of all, this is just, you can give like 2 sentences and you can sum this up. Let's get that out of the way. We're not going to do a deep dive into the synopsis or anything. Give me 2 sentences. Can you give me that?
If you've been to Disney and rode the Jungle Cruise, this is supposed to capture kind of the ride and the spirit of the ride, but then it thinks it's Pirates of the Caribbean at one point. And like you said, about an hour in, it gets so convoluted when we find out the Rock's background.
Well, the Rock's obviously the skipper of the boat, and
Skippy.
Skippy. Emily Blunt and her brother, played by Jack Whitehall, they are on a quest to find the Tree of Life. So they hire him as the navigator, and that's all we need to say about the plot of the story.
Right. Yeah. So the Rock, you're right. Like, he delivered those corny lines.
He did, and it worked. I was kind of chuckling here and there.
And I'm like, hey, God love you, Rock. I don't think I could have said it without rolling my eyes
No, but I
some of
think
his lines.
aside from him, and I thought he and Emily Blunt worked off each other well. They had good
They were
chemistry.
fine,
Yeah, they
yeah.
had good chemistry. But Jesse Plemons was probably my favorite character.
I thought he was the only thing redeemable of the movie. He was funny.
Yeah.
You
He's
know,
just so
when he was saying
absurd.
jungle, yeah, it was absurd. At one point, it was so obvious that they had no idea what to do. Let's just do something like we did in Pirates of the Caribbean. I
Mhm.
mean, if
That's right.
if we didn't, if you just walked into that movie and you were like, oh, I came here to see something else.
Is this
What's
the Black
this?
Pearl?
Oh yeah, this must be the new. Where's Johnny Depp?
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
it
He's
was seriously like they went right there
Mhm.
because there's no where are you gonna go? It's a 5-minute ride with stupid jokes. How do you make a movie out of that? And the answer is you don't, because it was awful.
So look, anything else to say here? This is short and sweet here on Oh Brother with the Jungle Cruise. I don't. I think I've said all I want to say about this one. To be honest
Yeah,
with you,
skip it. Your kids
Skipper, Skippy. Oh, skip it.
pants. If your kids like it and you can sit through, if your kids want to see it, put it on and go in the other room for God's sakes and read a book,
Yeah.
because
Go
they
to
may
the-
like it, but
Yeah, go to the
You
food and
won't.
wine. Go to the food and wine festival at Epcot, folks,
and have a lot of wine.
and have a lot of wine. Then go over to.
Yeah.
You can park hop over to the Jungle Cruise after that. Well,
Anyway, as we come to a screeching halt.
yeah, just like this film, folks. All right. Well, that's going to do it for another episode of the Yo Brother podcast. Been your host, Dan Smith. Alongside me, as always, my brother from the same mother, Mike Smith. And we will see you next time.
Save your $30, please. Please don't see Jungle Cruise. See you next time. It's like when I go on the ride, I wonder, do kids find this stuff funny?
Well,
Maybe
yeah.
they do the dumb jokes.
But the
The
see,
two can. Oh, there's only two can. Yeah,